Coverage you can count on. Channel 3 Eyewitness News today.
This morning, search and rescue operations continue near Miami, where a 12-story condo building collapsed.
Plus, we'll tell you how the collapse has impacted two families with ties to the Tennessee Valley.
Good morning, everyone. It is Friday. It is 6 o'clock, and it is good to have you joining us right before we head into the weekend. I am Lori Mitchell.
And I'm Caroline Corrigan, filling in for John Martin. We're just a couple of hours away from the start of the weekend. A lot of people excited to make those summer plans.
Yeah, there's a lot going on this weekend. The temperature is starting to go up a little bit, Brittany. It has been really nice to enjoy that lower humidity, but the good news is we're not having a ton of rain chances this weekend.
Yes, so those plans that you've made to go to any of the events this weekend, you can rest assured our rain chances are very minimal. So over the last couple of days, our rain chances kind of lowered. And it's lowered and it's kind of continuously lowered. So we have some good news to report there, but it is going to get more humid here just in time for the weekend. I want to show you what's out there right now. We do have the strawberry full moon that's still ongoing. You're going to be able to see it until 7:06 this morning. If you are up 24 west, those clouds have rolled in and it's a little bit too thick out there. I believe we just took some video about 45 minutes ago. Our photographer was able to grab a look of it and send it to us. If we can pull that up. Maybe not at this point. We'll try again in a little bit. But you'll have an opportunity. Okay, we'll take it now. Let's see if we've got a look of it. This was taken about 45 minutes ago. So this is the strawberry full moon, and it is setting out there in the next hour and 7 minutes or so. So you'll be able to see this in the sky. If you're from Chattanooga and eastward, you do have a better opportunity to see it. Briefly though, these clouds are going to be rolling in this morning. So thanks to our photographer for taking a nice look of this morning. So a beautiful look there. It'll still look full over the next couple of nights. However, tonight it'll be mostly clear again, so you'll be able to see the sky, basically the sky again, early tomorrow morning on Saturday morning. So thanks for getting that up, guys. Let's get back to local weather then. We can see there's clouds that are rolling into Huntsville, Dunlap, and over Athens right now. So that is going to continue to drop southward here this morning. So we are going to get a lot of clouds, decent amount of clouds here through the morning hours. We'll put it partly cloudy this afternoon. And then here's just some more fun stats about this. 7:06 is when it sets, and then the best viewing conditions is east. And now I'm even putting it southeast because those clouds are starting to roll into even our northeastern communities. Today, great pool weather for you. Stick with kind of keeping the kiddos cool this weekend as those temperatures heat up and the dew points heat up too. It gets sticky for Saturday and Sunday, and that continues into next week. So we definitely enjoy this reprieve from those really high dew points. We're also seeing the trend going lower for any rainfall. Even early next week, it's going lower too. So our dry pattern that kind of settled with us this week, it looks like it is going to continue through the weekend. We'll talk more about the weekend in more detail in my full forecast right around 6:15. Back to you.
Brittany, thank you. And now on to that big story that we've been following for the past 24 hours. This morning, a massive search and rescue effort continues in Surfside, Florida, where a 12-story condo building collapsed early yesterday morning.
That's right. Crews are trying to work through debris to find people who may still be stuck underneath the rubble. They were able to make some rescues yesterday. Now, here's what we know so far. It happened around 2 o'clock yesterday morning in the city of Surfside, north of Miami Beach. Nearly 100 people are still missing. Only one person has been confirmed dead at this time. It's still being called a search and rescue operation. Crews have been working through the night to try to find people.
Also, there are at least 2 local connections to the tragedy. One of those is a former Chattanooga resident who is still among the 99 people who are missing. Authorities are still looking for Judy Spiegel, the wife of former Erlanger CEO Kevin Spiegel. The Spiegels live at the Champlain Towers South condo that partially collapsed. Kevin says he was working in California when he received an emergency notice in the middle of the night. He immediately flew back to Miami and is there with his children right now.
We have a lot of hope that Judy is still alive
and still there.
My mom is an absolutely amazing person. She's a fighter and she fights for every single one of us. And we won't stop fighting until we find her.
Authorities say they are utilizing every resource possible to find everyone who is still unaccounted for right now.
The other local connection comes from a Ringgold family who was on vacation and staying right next door. They witnessed the condo collapse. Daniel Groves says he was so close, he was jolted awake by the collapse. Groves says if the building fell any further toward his hotel, it would likely have caused it to collapse as well.
There was this loud boom, like it's like two different booms. Loud. I mean, like my wife and I literally jumped out of the bed. I ran over to the window, and it was this dust cloud like I've never seen before. I thought it was a sand cloud. I was like, oh my goodness, we are in a tornado right now. Like, that is what this is. Everything's hitting the windows.
Groves says the fire alarm started going off, so he grabbed his kids and evacuated the building. He says his family was taken to a location a few blocks away where the collapse survivors are waiting for loved ones. Groves had planned to check out yesterday and head to Disney World with his family, but their rental car and all their things are now stuck in their condo, and authorities are not allowing anyone to enter it right now. He calls it an inconvenience for his family, but a life-altering experience for those who lost loved ones or are waiting to find out if their loved ones are okay. He asks for prayers for all the families impacted.
The cause of the collapse is still not clear this morning. Authorities confirmed there was construction going on the roof of the building. It was built in 1981. Officials say the roof work was ongoing there and structural inspections are required after 40 years. The mayor of Surfside said they are currently focused on saving lives and will then move on to investigating why this happened.
It's hard to imagine how this could happen. I've lived in Miami Beach. I was born here, and buildings just don't fall down.
We're looking at what might be concerns with the construction or the condition of the building. We do not have any information at this time to really say.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has declared a state of emergency. The rescue effort could last a week or longer.
Coming up on Eyewitness News today, Ben Bobek tells us how CFC is getting ready for another shot at a league championship.
Plus, when you can see Simone Biles and other top gymnasts try to qualify for next month's Tokyo Olympics.
The Chattanooga Football Club is without a doubt one of the greatest successes as a homegrown American soccer club. There's really no debating it. But when it comes to winning, the big one, if you will, the boys in blue just can't seem to smash through that glass ceiling. But boy, are they giving themselves a chance to, though. Just to set the scene here for those out of the loop, Chattanooga FC has already clinched a spot in the NISA Championship semifinal after their runner-up finish in the Legends Cup back in April. They'll battle rival and Legends Cup champion Detroit City FC in their spring season finale on Saturday before playing the LA Force in the semis on Wednesday. So they're kicking it in the Motor City all week with the chance to bring home a NISA National Championship. Can the boys in blue finally flip the script?
I think it's very relevant for our fans, and for them probably more guys like Bill Elliott and people like that, Thomas Clark, people on our board, Tim Kelly. I would love to see it for them, and I'd love to see it for our guys. I think we've got good players, we've got good people, and I know the Detroit game hurt the last time. It really hurt.
It's the CFC in Detroit on Saturday night at 7:30 in the spring finale, then against the LA Force in Detroit on Wednesday. A win on Wednesday, and the boys in blue get their shot against Detroit in the NISA National Championship match on July 3rd. They're leaving as we speak, I believe, this morning, Friday morning. The Lookies, they lost last night 8-3. It's okay. They're going to play again tonight. The Braves lost last night 5-3. It's okay. They're going to play again tonight. Don't you just love baseball? They just keep playing. Also happening later today at 4, 6, and 11. We have a great feature story airing on a 13-year-old local girl who qualified for the U.S. Girls Junior Golf Championships. You're going to want to check that out later today. And, of course, check out all your sports news inside our app. We're online at WRCB TV.com. I believe it is Friday, so is it TGIF? it just doesn't, it's just not the same. Happy Friday. Hope you have a lovely, lovely day.
Simone Biles is already the most decorated woman gymnast in U.S. history, but she still needs to qualify for next month's Tokyo Summer Olympics.
And Biles won 4 gold medals 5 years ago at the 2016 Summer Games in Rio. Her final steps in Tokyo begin tonight as the U.S. Olympics gymnastics trial began for the women in St. Louis. You can catch all the drama tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time right here on Channel 3. Coming up on Eyewitness News today, how a new statewide program in Tennessee is rewarding several local school districts for having innovative programs.
We'll have that story in a check of traffic and weather, but take a look at this live bump of the strawberry full moon downtown over downtown Chattanooga. It will be visible through 7:06 this morning. Beautiful shot we have. Awesome.
Trust the Channel 3 Storm Alert team. Accurate weather forecasts with reliable information so you can be prepared. That's weather coverage you can count on.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News Traffic presented by CHM Memorial. Good times, bad times, and everything in between. Your primary care doctor is with you all the way. Visit chmmemorialmedicalgroup.org to find a physician near you.
Morning, it's Friday. It is 6:15. It looks nice outside too. Traffic not so bad this morning either. Let's go to the roads and check it out. 75 at Ringgold Road. Not seeing any problems out there. Not too many cars on the road just yet, but we have been monitoring everything around town and the interstates are looking good. No problems on the secondary roads. Of course, if that changes, we will let you know right here on Channel 3. And if you are out and about, take a look up at the sky for just a little bit longer this morning. You might be able to see the last super moon of the year. That is right, Brittany has been talking about it, and this video shows how it shined across the skies of Turkey yesterday. It's called a strawberry moon because it can be spotted at the start of fruit season and signals the beginning of summer. The name, however, does not necessarily imply the moon is red, though it does appear a reddish color when rising or setting. The strawberry moon also marks the 4th and last supermoon of 2021. Now let's take a live look outside here in Chattanooga. I believe we have that. We looked at it just a few moments ago. There is an opportunity to see the supermoon if you are in Chattanooga until about 7:06 this morning. And Brittany, you were saying that this is really the best place to see it. Maybe a little bit into Bradley County, but Hamilton County is where you want to be for the next 45 minutes or so.
Yes, the clouds are rolling into our northern counties and to our western counties, so we've got a gorgeous view there. It gets that tint during moon rise and moon set when it's closer to the sunrise and the sunset. Very similar to why we get the colors, those orange and red colors from a sunrise. It's the same reason why the moon looks a little bit more tinted out there. It's setting because the sun is rising. So it's all because the light is bending, and we call it reflection and refraction. So gorgeous view. Thanks for capturing that. You'll be able to see that for the next 50 minutes or so. All right, temperatures out there are actually quite comfortable. Many of us are in the upper 60s. Cleveland right now is coming in at 63, where there's more of a clearing ongoing this morning, where there hasn't been much clouds. The temperatures are quite cool across Murphy. You guys have dropped down to 59, and Blue Ridge, you guys have dropped down to 61. So there is some clearing, mainly east of 75. Clouds have begun across our northern communities, and that's why those temperatures are a little bit more temperate just to our north. Hardly any wind out there, but it's actually a pretty nice morning to be out and about, maybe going for a long walk with your pup or going for your morning jog. There's less wind today too. So today it's going to be a great day to be out on the water. Your Lake Ocoe forecast shows winds calm this morning, south wind 2 to 3 miles an hour, no chop to tell you about due to the weather. It gets a little bit warmer today too. Yesterday in the valley in Chattanooga we topped 86, so we're topping maybe 88, 89 today, so it's going to be a little bit hotter for us. So if you're headed up to Lake Ocoe, temperatures I think are going to make it to around 85, 86. 76 today. 80 at noon. We'll put it with broken clouds across Polk County and in the higher elevation. And then the Lookouts still in town, still playing tonight at 7:15. Once again, a little bit warmer than last night. Partly cloudy at 7 o'clock. We're at 84. At 9 o'clock, we're at 80. And then with more clouds today, they're going to thin out tonight. So by final out, we should be near 76. So tonight, overnight, will be clear heading into Saturday morning. So the moon, it's still going to look fairly full over the next couple of days. So tomorrow morning, you'll have another opportunity to see the nearly full moon. That will be for Saturday morning. And temperatures will be a little bit nicer. Well, it should be in the upper 60s. So here's a look at clouds. You can see they're starting to roll into Dunlap and Athens now. They've been quite thick across the Cumberland Plateau there. You'll notice our southern communities, it's still quite clear for you all. So you've got a nice opportunity to see the full moon this morning too. So enjoy that. Let me show you the latest Vipercast. We'll put this all the way out through Sunday afternoon now. So here's today, here's tonight, 7 p.m. You'll notice still fairly partly cloudy. They thin out overnight. So tonight will be mostly clear. Saturday, clouds will start up in the afternoon, and it's because of the dew points. Tomorrow, mostly rain-free. The Vipercast is showing 7 p.m. Maybe a couple of dodging showers out there. That would not be a big deal for us. And then Sunday, it won't be organized, but there's a little bit better rain chance, especially for our western communities. I told you about that front that's going to be stalling over the upper Midwest over the next couple of days. It's going to still stall. There's not going to be much moisture for us come this weekend and now even into the first part of next week. So car wash time continues. I'll be back in the next half hour. We've got the Lookout Lavender Farm. They're open today and tomorrow, and that's it. That forecast is coming up in about 10 minutes. Back to you.
All right, Brittany, thank you. In school patrols, several Tennessee school districts, including Hamilton, Bradley, and Sequatchie counties, were recently awarded some $30 million in grant money for innovative high school programs.
Early response has been strong, and it is leading to calls to keep the program funded for years to come. Channel 3's David Carroll has the story.
Tennessee Education Commissioner Dr. Penny Schwinn is excited about 21 school districts that have been awarded grants for the new Innovative High School Models program intended to foster local community partnerships that boost student readiness and prepare high schoolers for jobs and careers in their communities.
This really creates more equity for all of our districts. It gives opportunities, and it allows us to expand the idea of when learning can take place. It can be in a classroom, it can be on an industry work site, it can be online, and it can be a combination of all of those things.
The goal is to encourage partnerships between Tennessee public school districts, post-secondary education institutions, and employers to reimagine how to prepare students for success after high school. Tracy McAbee is a Polk County native, now serving as director of Carter County Schools. He's already looking ahead for ways to sustain the program for years to come.
So for this thing to be sustainable, we've got to find a different pool of revenue, and we think that the Hope and the Tennessee Promise would be a great way to do that. But for the next 2 years, yes, to try to set the model up, the grant will pay the tuition until we can see if there's some movement with legislators there.
The grant funding was awarded through a competitive application process with individual grant awards up to $2 million to establish partnerships that increase student attainment of high-quality, in-demand education and work skills.
It brings industry into schools, it brings students onto industry, work-based learning, apprenticeships, making sure students can graduate with dual degrees, their diploma and a certificate or degree, and it has been incredibly exciting to rethink high school.
That was David Carroll reporting. With the grant money, Hamilton County Schools and Chattanooga State will create a micro college in which students can earn dual credit toward their high school diploma and introductory college courses. Coming up on Eyewitness News today, if you are wanting to see Garth Brooks in Nashville this year, you'll want to stay close to your phone or a computer this morning.
Yeah, we'll have that story and today's birthday salutes next. A man in Massachusetts spotted a mama bear and her cubs as he was taking his trash out. Take a look at these bears. And while the mother appears to be brown, she's actually a black bear. Now, sightings of bears in suburban areas like this are not uncommon this time of year. They're just searching for food. Backyard bird feeders and trash cans are two major food sources From this video, it looks like the mama bear just needed to scratch her back.
All right, well, videos like that are exactly why the TWRA is reminding people to keep their trash locked away so animals don't get into it, especially people who are staying in Gatlinburg or anywhere near the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Officials say they have issued 4 warnings to businesses in the area. They're taking it very seriously. Country music star Garth Brooks is preparing to hit the stage next month in Nashville, and tickets go on sale this morning.
Brooks will be headlining Nissan Stadium on Saturday, July 31st, and tickets go on sale today. Tennessee Governor Bill Lee has requested people buy tickets in hopes of setting an attendance record. We spoke to the country music legend about heading back to the stage after the pandemic.
It's great. It's you know, it's all the good things. You're scared to death, you're excited, and you really want to do this thing right. Because coming out of the pandemic, the main thing is those people first. Make sure the greatest visit they can have, the safest visit they can have. Oh, and at the same time, try and give them a night they will never forget.
Again, tickets for next month's Nashville performance go on sale in just a few hours at 11 o'clock Eastern Time this morning on Ticketmaster.
Yeah, he was super cool. When I overheard some of your interview with him yesterday, and I think it's almost like the first day of school for some of these artists. It's been a while. Of course, they're professionals. He always puts on an amazing show, but it's like, you know, they're going back out to do something they haven't done in quite some time.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like it, you know, being cooped up for a year and a half, he was really starting to get excited to be able to perform in front of a crowd and bring people together for music again. So it's really exciting time.
All right, so it is time now for salutes, and we want to say happy birthday to Lainey Mueller from Chattanooga, turning 9 years old. Lainey loves to run, play basketball, and swim. She is such a giving and thoughtful young lady, according to her family. This is from your mommy, daddy, Avery, and Darcy. We hope you have a wonderful day.
Also celebrating is Miles Bivens, turning 2. He loves all things dinosaur and had a blast on his first beach vacation recently. He loves shoes, has the best dance moves ever, and loves wearing hats, as you can see there, but it has to have them backwards. His family says he's the coolest dude around. Congratulations. You're a Bojangles winner. We'll mail you a gift card for breakfast on us.
If you would like to celebrate someone's special day, make sure to send in your salute at least a week in advance to salutes@WRCBTV.com. We need the picture, the date, your phone number and address, and of course their name.
Coming up on Eyewitness News today, a new study says a $15 minimum wage would have a major impact on workers here in the Scenic City. We'll have those details after the break.
Coverage you can count on. Channel 3 Eyewitness News today.
The search for 5-year-old Summer Wells out of Northeast Tennessee continues more than a week after she was last seen. We're going to hear from officials that are leading those efforts.
Plus, how a motorcyclist ended up on top of a police cruiser in downtown Chattanooga last week.
Good morning, everyone. It is Friday. It is 6:30. It is good to have you joining us. I'm Lori Mitchell.
And I'm Caroline Corrigan, filling in for John Martin. A lot of people looking forward to this weekend. The weather is supposed to be spectacular.
Yeah, and lots to do in the Scenic City this weekend, too. Let's get right to meteorologist Brittany Beggs for your forecast.
We won't have any problems in the weather department due to any rainfall. Rain chances are very low this weekend, so happy pool days. Here's your morning planner. We've had sunrise now at 6:28. Clouds are kind of broken out there now. 72, we'll fall a couple more degrees here through 8 a.m. 70. So overall this morning, dew points are in the mid 60s. It's a little humid, but not terrible. Now, if you're to our east, the dew points are in the 50s. It's a little bit more comfortable for you all. Take a look at clouds. They're going to continue to roll in this morning from our northern half through our southern half. So a little bit more clouds out there once again here. So I've adjusted our high temperatures just a hair. The further north you are, I'm saying right around 86 Dayton and 86 for Athens. Further south you are, you're going to heat up a little bit quicker this morning. So Fort Payne, you guys might hit 90 today, 89 for Dalton. Tomorrow, more of us are going to see highs in the 90s. Tomorrow morning will be clear and then clouds will roll in late in the day. But tomorrow is going to be a toasty day. Tomorrow morning, dew points will be low initially, but then those dew points are going to be rising on Saturday afternoon. So tomorrow is going to be a sticky day for us. If you're looking to get away from the heat, you can head up to Lookout Mountain. The Lavender Farm is open both today and tomorrow for U-Pick, and then that's going to be it. Their U-Pick season will be done tomorrow. So Sunday, they're not going to be open for it. So today, 11 o'clock this morning, 72 with broken clouds, 81 at 3 o'clock. Not too bad up on the mountain. Tomorrow's planner, last day. Remember, we start off more clear, 75 at 11 a.m. and then we're up to around 83, 84 tomorrow on the mountain. Still not bad, considering. Tomorrow in the valley, temperatures should reach the low 90s. All right. Stick around. I'll break down the new hour-by-hour Vipercast. We'll get more specific for this weekend in the Valley coming up at 6:45. Back to you.
All right, Brittany, thank you. Well, motorcyclists crashed into a police cruiser in downtown Chattanooga last Friday night.
It happened around 9:30 at the intersection of Georgia Avenue and Vine Street. The city's traffic unit was running an enforcement operation after complaints about speeding and reckless driving in the area. The man who hit the police car was reportedly popping wheelies on Market Street on the Market Street Bridge when he saw a police car and then took off. Police say they did not chase the driver but asked other officers in the area to be on the lookout for him. That is when the police department says the driver hit a patrol car. The man was thrown from the motorcycle and landed on top of the police car. Some witnesses were concerned that no one checked on the man before he was put in handcuffs.
I was just shocked because, this man could have had a spinal cord injury and they just dragged him off the roof. And he's still wearing his helmet and his head was just like bobbing around. And they just dragged him off the roof without any care or concern about his welfare.
We did ask the police department about that claim. A spokesperson says the officer mistakenly put the man in handcuffs, but doing so did not hinder any medical attention and the cuffs were later removed. The investigation is still underway and charges are pending.
The search continues for a 5-year-old girl in Northeast Tennessee who has been missing for more than a week. Summer Wells was last seen outside her home in Rogersville, a small town in Hawkins County, on June 15th. After issuing an Amber Alert, the TBI reports receiving more than 300 tips, but there is still no explanation for her disappearance. Search teams are hoping the public can continue to help.
When you're looking for this property, you're not looking for an adult laying there. You're not looking for an adult hiding in the building. We're looking for a 5-year-old girl that weighed approximately 40 pounds. Somebody that size could wad up, could hide in an area that a legal size piece of paper or a folded up laptop could go.
In an investigation like this one, we have some idea of where the case is headed and what might have happened within a few days. In this situation, despite doing everything within our power and exploring all avenues, the circumstances leading to Summer's disappearance remain unclear.
There is no evidence that this was a kidnapping, but investigators say they are not ruling anything out at this point. A new study shows that workers in Chattanooga would greatly benefit from a proposed $15 minimum wage. The study found that a $15 minimum wage would go much further in Chattanooga because of the city's relatively low cost of living. The Senate introduced the Raise the Wage Act of 2021 bill in January. It proposes raising the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour over the next 5 years.
Still ahead on Eyewitness News today, we'll have details on a new infrastructure deal that President Joe Biden announced yesterday.
As we head to break, Richard Allen Rosenbaum from Rossville, you're our Show Us Your Mug contest winner this morning. Congratulations to you. You've just won a Channel 3 mug and an ice cream cake from Dairy Queen. If you would like to enter the contest, you can send us a picture of you and your favorite mug to showusyourmug at WRCBTV.com. We need your phone number and your address to go along with that cute picture. We'll be right back.
President Joe Biden announced that a deal has been struck on an infrastructure package. The president made a surprise appearance yesterday with a group of 10 senators to endorse their proposal, but he acknowledged that the plan does not include all that he wanted in human infrastructure, including funding to expand child tax credits and other family and caregiver programs. Final details have not been released, and the bill still faces several obstacles passing through Congress.
The Biden administration has extended the eviction moratorium for another month. The nationwide ban on evictions was scheduled to expire June 30th, but the CDC's director signed an extension to make it go through July 31st. In a statement, the agency says that this is intended to be the final extension of the moratorium.
Today, former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin will be sentenced for murder of George Floyd. Prosecutors have asked a judge to sentence him to 30 years in prison. The judge presiding over the case said last month that prosecutors had proven that Chauvin had abused his position and treated Floyd with cruelty. Coming up on Eyewitness News today, how you can help the Tennessee River stay beautiful this weekend. There will be cleanup efforts all weekend long. We'll tell you much more about that.
Yeah, we're going to have that story and another check of traffic and your weekend forecast with meteorologist Brittany Beggs coming up right after this. Look at this lovely view this morning. Good morning.
Trust the Channel 3 Storm Alert team. Accurate weather forecasts with reliable information so you can be prepared. That's weather coverage you can count on.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News Traffic presented by CHM Memorial. Good times, bad times, and everything in between. Your primary care doctor is with you all the way. Visit chmmemorialmedicalgroup.org to find a physician near you.
Very good morning to you. It's about 15 minutes before 7 o'clock on this Friday morning. Let's go out to the roads and take a look at traffic. It's been very quiet on the roads this morning. Here's a live look from our TDOT SmartWay camera. I-24 at Westside Drive. Not a lot of traffic out there. The roads are dry. It's a nice clear morning, so if you're heading out the door, you shouldn't have any trouble. And you have about 20 more minutes or so to view the strawberry moon if you're in Hamilton County. We saw a live picture of that earlier. It is absolutely lovely out there, so get out while you can. Here's Brittany with your forecast.
Right, so temperatures this morning, it's quite comfortable out there. If you are to our east, the dew points are a little bit lower for you all. You can actually tell where we've had some clearing overnight. It was mainly across our eastern communities and across our southern communities. 63 in Cleveland, 64 in Athens. There are more clouds coming down today. There's more cloud cover across our northern half and especially across the Cumberland Plateau. So we are going to have more clouds filter in again this morning. And then those dew points, they're going to be rising this weekend. Let me show you. The dew points are in the low 60s. If you remember this time yesterday, the dew point was right around 66, 67, so it was a little bit more humid across the valley. It's actually quite comfortable for those that are to our east this morning. Murphy, Blue Ridge area, you guys are probably up and at 'em. Hopefully you're drinking your coffee out on the porch. As we move through the afternoon, the dew points are going to rise a little bit. They're going to stay below 70, which is some good news. The dew points are going to drop again tonight. So tomorrow morning is going to be quite comfortable for us, but then it makes a comeback. Tomorrow night, the dew point is going to be much higher. We're talking about dew points in the 70s. So the air is going to feel more tropical around here by Saturday night and especially come Sunday. So the heat index, it returns this weekend. So it's going to certainly feel more like a June weekend out there. Here's our forecast highs today. The normal high for today's date is 89. So our northern communities, because of more thicker cloud cover, you guys are going to stay about 3 to 4 degrees below normal for this time of year. 86 in Athens and Dayton. Those that are near Fort Payne, you're starting off the day clear, and you should kind of warm up a little bit quicker today. So I'm forecasting 90 for you all today. You want to break away from the heat, you can go to Camp Ocoe today. This is the higher elevation there. There's no concern of any drought ongoing in our area, and I'm going to show you the latest drought monitor here in a second. But 2 p.m. 81, 4 o'clock 86, 6 o'clock 80 degrees under a partly cloudy sky there today. So if you're not a fan of the upper 80s, at least it'll be a little bit better for you further to our east across Polk and Cherokee County. Now here's the drought monitor too. If you've had any concern about, doing any bonfires, there's no drought to tell you about. And it's because we're way above normal for rainfall. We've had over 5 inches of rainfall since the first of the month, and usually we've had about 3.2 inches by today's date. So there's no problems in the weather department. We get this every Thursday morning, and this was released yesterday at 8 a.m. And then the weekend, things are going to warm up for us. Tomorrow I'm forecasting 90, a low 10% chance for rain tomorrow, mainly limited to LJ area, Fort Payne area. If anything develops there, it'll be really light stuff. 91 on Sunday. I've taken our rain chance down to 20% as well, so there's not a lot of moisture. If you are to our west, Franklin County, Grundy, Sequatchie County, Jackson County, you all have the better chance to get any pop-ups during the afternoon on Sunday. This is what our Vipercast is showing. Vipercast is not very impressive for Sunday. Just a couple hundredths of an inch for Chattanooga, 800ths for the Cleveland area. Not a lot happening in the weather department as far as any moisture this weekend. So happy pool days for you, or happy lake days, whatever your forte is. So the rain chance stays pretty low through this weekend, and even for the first part of the upcoming work week. As we head into Wednesday and Thursday, we're seeing maybe our rain chances increase, but it doesn't look to be quite as impressive as what it did earlier this week. And then our pollen, it's pretty good. Here's our report over the last 24 hours. Air quality is good, mold is low, and pollen still is moderate for grass allergens. So if you're someone who has any grass allergies, a lot of us do, it is in the moderate range, and that's probably not going to change for us for the next 8 weeks or so. There is your new 7-day forecast. I hope you have a great weekend. I will be back in about 10 minutes with your morning planner. Back to you.
Looking good, Brittany. Thank you very much. And if you're looking to spend some time outside this weekend, volunteers are still needing a little bit of help cleaning up part of Chickamauga Lake.
Keep the Tennessee River Beautiful will host a 2-day cleanup event this weekend. Executive Director Kathleen Gibby says they have already picked up about 4,000 pounds of trash in the Chattanooga area this year. This weekend's event comes as more people are heading to the river to beat the summer heat.
Whether you intentionally litter by throwing something out of your car, or if something blows out of your trash can or your truck when you're driving, it still winds up in our water.
Volunteers can meet at the Possum Creek boat ramp in Soddy Daisy. The cleanup will be held tonight and Saturday morning. If you're interested, we do have a link to the registration inside this story on our website and inside our WRCB app.
Local artists are taking center stage for the month of June at the Nightfall Concert Series. Tonight's show features the sounds of Prince T and Oja at Miller Plaza and Park in downtown Chattanooga. Beverage ticket sales and food trucks get started at 6:30 before the music starts at 7. The show is free and will be held rain or shine. You can stick around after the concert to catch the latest installment from the Lookout Wild Film Festival, which starts at 9:30.
There are several Pride events going on this weekend, including late skate night at the Chattanooga Skate Park. Skaters of all skill levels can roll out from 7 until 11 o'clock tonight. You can bring your own wheels or rent a pair for $7. If you are new to skating, be sure to get there early for an intro to skating session starting at 6 o'clock.
And if you're looking to get out on the water this weekend, Brittany just said it's going to be a great lake weekend. Outdoor Chattanooga's Adventure Canoe Series is coming to South Chickamauga Creek, part of the Tennessee River Blueway. The creek flows for 13 miles and passes through the heart of downtown Chattanooga. Experienced guides will lead you through 4 different sections. The $25 fee covers the cost of all equipment, including a return shuttle to your car. Online reservations and payment are required in advance. There's more information to be found at outdoorchattanooga.com. 9 minutes before 7 o'clock, and we are just 2 ways from finding out who will win the St. Jude Dream Home.
It's a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath home located on the Barnsley Park neighborhood in Collegedale, valued at over $600,000. Construction is taking a little bit longer than expected because of the pandemic.
Our giveaway is still on track, though, for Sunday starting at noon. We will be live on air and on Facebook to announce the winners, so make sure to tune in. And thank you again to everyone who bought a ticket. Because of your generosity, we have raised more than $1.4 million for the hospital's mission, which is to help pediatric cancer patients and their families with all the expenses, treatment, housing, care. It's an awesome thing, and we certainly appreciate your help once again.
Up next, we'll share what you need to know before heading out the door.
And coming up on the Today Show, they will have the very latest on the continuing search for survivors after the collapse of a 12-story condo building in South Florida. We'll be right back.
Well, welcome back. Today is going to be a great day to head out on the water. There's going to be lighter winds and a few more clouds out there today. Here's our boating forecast for Lake Ocoe. Winds are calm this morning. We've got a south wind that's going to be under 5 miles an hour, so you're not going to be dealing with much chop out there if you're headed to the Ocoe. 86 by 3 o'clock. Here's your toasty weekend. More humid, especially come Sunday. Heat index on Sunday may top 93, 96 in the afternoon, but enjoy.
This morning, a massive search and rescue effort continues in Surfside, Florida, where a 12-story condo building collapsed yesterday morning. Here's what we know so far. It happened around 2 o'clock in the city of Surfside. That's north of Miami Beach. Nearly 100 people are still missing. One person has been confirmed dead at this time.
And one of those missing is a former Chattanooga resident. Authorities are still looking for Judy Spiegel, the wife of former Erlanger CEO Kevin Spiegel. They lived at the condo that partially collapsed. Authorities say they are utilizing every resource possible to find everyone that is still unaccounted for this morning.
The search continues for 5-year-old Summer Wells out of Northeast Tennessee. She has been missing for over a week and was last seen outside her home in Rogersville in a small town in Hawkins County on June 15th. There is still no explanation for her disappearance. If you have any information, you are asked to call 1-800-TBI-FINE.
5 minutes before 7 o'clock. Don't go away. We're going to be back with a check of traffic and check out this sunrise. It's a gorgeous morning in the Tennessee Valley, specifically in Chattanooga. That's where this is, downtown Chattanooga. You have about 10 more minutes to check out that strawberry full moon in Hamilton County. Get outside. We'll be right back. Traffic, here's a live look at Interstate 24 at Moccasin Bend. All clear, no problems out there. Our TDOT SmartWay camera is showing no accidents or anything you need to be concerned about on the interstates around Chattanooga. If that changes, we're going to be back with updates at 7:25. Now over to Brittany for one more check of your forecast. I'll tell you, we've had some outstanding shots of the beautiful sunrise in the scenic city this morning.
Yes, the last week we've had some gorgeous shots for us. The clouds are rolling in, so it's bringing us a really nice sunrise because we get some reflection and refraction. So we have some peak colors that are starting to come in out there. You can see our clouds are going to continue to filter in throughout the day today. Top temperature though, sun's angle is still going to do its thing. We're still going to get temperatures in the upper 80s this afternoon. Here is your morning planner then. We may drop to around 70 by 8 a.m. 10 o'clock we're up to 75. Winds today are lighter. They'll be from the southeast under 5 miles an hour. So it's going to be a great day to be out on the water. I will be back at 7:18 with a look to the weekend. Back to you.
Brittany, thank you. And thank you for being with us. Don't forget the Today Show is coming up next. They're going to have the very latest on that condo collapse that happened early yesterday morning. There are a couple of Chattanooga connections. You'll read those full stories inside the WRCB app. Have a great weekend, everyone.